you so much, Maitri, and I would like to thank Chamber of Tax Consultants Mumbai for giving me the opportunity to actually, discuss on how we can mitigate, the challenges we are facing while working from home, and as well, how we can take the advantage of it. Just to give you, let me share my screen first. I think everyone can see my screen, right? So
Yes.
great. So we all know that we are currently in coronavirus, and I'm happy to know that this is the third series which CTC has taken up with their participants. We are all locked down. But let me, tell you what we are doing. Like we had been working with US clients for last 25 years. And believe me, we are actually working more than, we used to work while we were in the office. Just because we have all our work, which was transitioned maybe 10 years back, 100% on technology, on cloud. So our entire employees are sitting at home, working from home, and all our clients are everywhere in the US, and they are remote, and we talk to them, we work out, so we manage documents, we manage all the work which we do for them, and we manage communications, manage teams. So today in another 35-40 minutes, what we will do is that we'll understand the challenges what we have as on today as a chartered accountant or as a tax professional, and we'll also understand what are the different tools we can use to mitigate those things. And I'll try and show demos of at least 5 or 6 important tools which we can use on a day-to-day work. And also we will try to end up the session in another 35 to 40 minutes, so that I'll give at least 10 or 15 minutes for individual questions, as many as I can answer, because I heard that the session is of maximum 1 hour. So we'll try to wrap up this whole discussion within 1 hour, because time is of essence, and we'll try to continue with that. So work from home, that's the key. And I guess in last 2 weeks or 15 days, we understand that the mind has started thinking that, we have to change. We have to, make sure that, instead of just practicing social distancing will not work. We also need to make sure that how we can serve a client, how we can manage our team, and how we can make things happen. So the most important thing which I always say in my presentation is, the change. And that's what Charles Darwin also said. It's not the strongest of the species that survives, not the most intelligent that survives. It's the one that is most adaptable to change. So what happens is that when we talk about change, I qualified in the year 98, which is almost 22 years back. And I think there are many chartered accountants who had been much more senior than me. I was in the phase where, we used to do auditing by tick method, with a paper and pen, and we used to do manual ledger, posting it back to, a double entry system, into a ledger, into a trial balance, and then into a balance sheet. And then when the trial balance used to match, we used to be very excited that, hey, our trial balance is matched. It reconciles, there is no difference. Now, gone are those days. There are thousands of other stories which you can speak on, but change is happening. The internet revolution, all these things. So this social distancing and this world of coronavirus is a big question to bring change in all of us. And today we have to unlearn many habits and process which we used to do, and relearn new ways of working. Like if you see, CTC is using this new way of doing this conference through Zoom. That's again a new way of dealing with the situation and actually making it more beneficial. Like I'm a part of a conference wherein we are trying to do a 5 days Excel training session, and we already got more than 1,000 participants across the country. It's a 5-day session, so we cannot even think of doing it practically without the help of this video conferencing. Like we used to do it in a small workshop with more than 40, 50, 100 people. But now we have 1,000 people working together on Excel, on advanced Excel, on Power Query, and we are learning all of that together. So this is the change which we are talking about. So we need to take advantage of this situation. And Believe me, all the big companies, all the big corporations, big fours, they are all doing this long back, working from home. And the challenge is to get ourselves future ready, because this is what we need to practice across ourselves. Let's talk about the challenges. The first and foremost challenge which I feel is the mindset. You know, when we are at home, we had spent our entire life, while at home we relax, we play with our kids, we play with we go around the kitchen, we do all kind of different things, we just relax. So mind doesn't get into a habit or a situation wherein, yeah, we are at work, but we are still at home, we are still working. So that mindset needs to be developed, and that's, I think, is one of the biggest challenge, to concentrate, to find a silent zone where you are away from the kids, and you need to make your family members understand that this place is, dedicated and concentrated for the work. So creating a silent zone, and with the right mindset, and with that right focus of working, is a change which we need to bring in. And the second important challenge is, answering all these questions. How will I collaborate with our team and clients? How to share files and folders, the security issues, how to handle priorities, what to do, and how we can do that. If the client is not giving me any more documents and there's no work for me, how can I utilize my time and be more productive for the future? How to do accounting on cloud. That's something which I'm going to talk, a little more. How to secure data and password. So these are, many questions. I'll be happy to, have more questions which may come up, during the session. Again, as a tax professional, or as a finance professional, or as chartered accountant, I always say, even in a book which I've written, I'll just show this book which Maitri was talking about. This book is talking about, we are married to work, but we are devoid of romance, which means though we are, enjoying the best time of, of the time where we are, just sitting idle, but our life has always been very busy, filing compliances, due dates after due dates and after due dates. So we are always married to work and devoid of romance. So now is the situation to really understand that, is our social media presence good enough to attract future clients? Because tomorrow your clients are not going to come through references, but they are going to come through social connect, through LinkedIn, through, through your social media profile. So do I have an existence on social media? And the way you can know that is that if you go back into Google and just type in your name, and if you see the whole page is you, that means you have a strong presence. If you don't find yourself in the entire Google page, you are not existing in social media. And that is something which you need to think about. How do you manage your data, manually or on the cloud? Again, most of you may come in, well, we have a server, and the server is sitting in the office. How will I access that? Gone are those days. Today we need to work out a process where we get a paperless office, and our entire data is on cloud, which we can access. We're going to talk about more about this. Can I access my financial information anytime from anywhere? Now, these are the questions which needs to be dealt with, and which needs to be, configured into your system, into your mind, into the work which you do, into your team. The training is to happen, that I can do my entire accounting, not only for my company, for my entire clients, anytime from anywhere, which we call as cloud accounting. How do I maintain my schedules, my to-dos? Do we have mobile banking facilities, online banking facilities, so that, right now we all in the first week of the month, and we need to pay salaries, we need to pay so many other dues. So do we have mobile banking facilities? How do I manage all my contacts? We had all the visiting cards and, so many social contacts, so many clients which we had. Now I lose all the contacts. There are some which are on the phone, but not all of them. So how do I manage all the content at a single place on cloud? And do I have a dashboard for my client status ready? When I talk about dashboard, I'm trying to give you a situation wherein, let's say a client calls you and say, hey, do you know where I'm standing so far as my GST return is concerned? And immediately you go into a system, you type in the name, and you get to know exactly who the client is, what are the work we are doing for this particular client, and what are the works which are pending, and who is working on that particular work, and how much time will it take to get this work done. So if you know all these answers at the click of a button, that's what I mean as a dashboard. And that is where we need to gear up and change ourselves to create those kind of dashboard, or work out those dashboard, so that we can give a much more better attention to the client, and the client feels a great experience while working with us, because tomorrow the client will all be internet savvy, because they are all facing this lockdown, so they are gearing themselves. So we need to gear ourselves where we need to give them services which are mostly done online. So this is what I always say, the roadmap or the mantra for you is the three aspects: the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set. When I say mindset, the change in mind, because that's the biggest hurdle while we want to change, because our mind is tuned to, do things which we had been doing for last 20, 30 years. And with this new change, how will I change our mind? It is like changing from caterpillar to butterfly. That's the mindset which we need to change. How we can transform ourselves completely to gear up with this new world. What are the important skills which I need to acquire to get to that mindset? All those important skills we need to learn, and what are the available tools which we can use to, meet the expectations of today. So to do that, the first and foremost thing which I always say is to go paperless. That's the first condition. That's the most important thing which we need to do, is that each and every paper in our office, each and every document which we have, each and every communication which we do, everything should go paperless. There should be no paper in the office. That's how we need to work. Even the government is working on this drive. Managing work anytime from anywhere. The project management which you need to work upon. Managing your employees, not only their records, their documentation, their appraisals, their payment, their salary, their entire, increment, their learnings, everything should be online through a human resource management system. And I can talk more on that. Client engagement, if you have a team of more than 20 people in your organization, think of having a good client relationship management software. How we can engage a client more, how we can work without a good work management software through which we can manage their work. We can keep a track of each and everything which a client, which we are working on, and can demonstrate to the client. Training, that's something which is now going to get very much important, because every training is getting virtual, thanks to YouTube, thanks to Zoom, thanks to so many online platforms where we can create videos of our organization. Let's say if your organization is specializing on GST, you can create small videos of how to file a GST return, how to file GSTR 3B, how to reconcile. And you can create videos using TinyTake or Camtasia, and then you can show it to your team members, and they can go through that video and they can do their work themselves. Learning curve, when I talk about, it is about, understanding the talent, understanding the skills of your organization. That let's say if you are working on 50 different types of work, what's the percentage of your team members who are working on that level? Like how many of them knows this and how many of them don't know this? So you can plan out a training gap, and then you can do the training for these team members, so that everyone is geared up to get the work done for the clients. Reputations, which I saw, how we can have a strong social media presence. Reporting, many of us, we are so busy only filing compliances, but now we need to understand that the client is looking for a report, a one-pager report or a couple of pager report, wherein you can show the health of that organization. There's a small debate which always a professional says, Sanjeev, we don't get time, getting the compliances done. How are we going to get into the reports? And even if we do that, do you think the client is going to pay for that? So again, these are questions which, will help you, designing a report through Excel, through pivot table, which will take you not even once you do the setup process. And once you have streamlined the data flow, it will not take you even half an hour to 1 hour to get a report. But this will give stickiness for that client. You can always add value, because today, the client is looking for value rather than service. You have to be more value, you have to give more value-based services than a compliance-based services. And secure your firm, secure your data, the network, the security. So all these aspects are now becoming more and more important than having a nice office or a nice infrastructure or a wonderful, place where we can have our office. Now these things are getting more important than those. So now we are looking for a new mindset, a complete new mindset. We are going to get into a different world, and these kind of interventions, this kind of pandemic is not happened just now. It has happened in the past also. And those who are able to grab this opportunity, who are coming up with a new mindset, are going to get wonderful results. When we talk about internet revolution, if you remember, when the internet came in, many people thought that they are going to go out of business. But today, if you see, those who have adopted to it, like Uber, like Amazon, like Swiggy, these are the companies that actually took the power of internet, and actually, they became the top 100 companies. They are in the place of top 100 companies. They're not even existing for last, 5 years back. And another thing which we need to know or understand is, work from home and not work for home. So this is the mindset which we need to work on while deriving solutions for work from home. Cloud computing. Again, this is a concept where when I go back and ask, many people that, hey, what is cloud computing? They say, it's like data stored on the internet is called cloud computing. Well, that's just one answer to it. That's not a complete answer. And it is important for us to understand cloud computing and the benefit it provides. Today, all the applications which are used on the internet, whether you talk about Facebook, YouTube, accounting, team management, anything which we are doing on cloud. In fact, all the tools which I'm going to show today on cloud are actually cloud computing. It's like computing on the cloud, working on the cloud. So this concept became very powerful because, it used to be that we used to develop our own software and then we were not very keen about it. The programmers used to leave us, the technology used to change. But today, big companies are coming up with good software tools, which is called SaaS, software as a service. And through that, what they do is that they give you mostly free or at a very subsidized subscription, a very low subscription, and they allow you to use their software from any time, from anywhere. That's the power of cloud computing, and this is the future which we all need to imbibe into. Let's get into the tools now. The first thing is communication. How will I communicate with my team, with my client, with all the people around me? Right now you're saying we are communicating with more than, I guess, I don't know the number, but more than 70, 80 people right now. So virtual meetings, you can do through Zoom, Skype. Like we are using Skype for all our US conferences. We have more than 500 plus clients in US and we talk on Skype every day. And it's 100% free on internet. You can simply, go into skype.com and, if you see over here, you can simply go into skype.com. Like I have this Skype loaded and I think many of you know about it. You can talk to your team, you can have a voice call, you can have a video chat, and you can do whatever you want. You can create groups, and it is as simple as you think of. So this is what Skype is all about. Zoom, which we are doing right now, if you see over here. GoToMeeting again is very powerful. Most of you might be using TeamViewer also, so you can use TeamViewer also. So these are all tools where you can communicate with your team who are at distance, and that distance can be just in the city, in the state, country, or outside the country. So you can have your team see, I have this communication going on Skype with all my team members. So I have to sign out because they'll keep buzzing me. So this is the power of Skype. Zoom is coming up in a huge way. I think there's a good equity which they just received. Moving further, let's talk about 1 second. Yes, Slack. I don't know how many of you have used Slack, but we use Microsoft Teams very often with our US clients, and this is one of the wonderful products when we go into. But let me show you Slack. Slack is coming up in a huge way. I have this open just to save time. I have yes, Slack open, and Slack is free. Like all these cloud computing software companies are giving us a lot of free tools to work. And if you see over here, it's just $2.67. But if you want to see the features, it allows you message history. You can integrate with various apps, storage 5 GB in total, workspace, work with organization, work with individuals. Amazing feature. Like Slack, I think is, in my personal opinion, though I'm not soliciting any software, But in my personal opinion, Slack is coming up very well. Microsoft Teams is again where you can schedule a meeting with your team. The only challenge with Microsoft Teams is it works within the people who have Office 365. It's a Microsoft product and within the team. So this is how you can have files, you can have activities, with all your team members, you can have chat, and you can talk, do voice, do video conferences, upload files, share screens. You can do whatever you want with them. You can schedule a meeting, and that will be notified to all the team members. So all these things are possible through Microsoft Teams. So you can take a note of all of this. In fact, this presentation, I'll share it with Maitri, and she can share it with all of you so that you can go of that. But these are some of the tools which I personally like a lot: Flock, Slack, Microsoft Teams. Moving further, remote access, as I said, taking, when you want to work with your team and you want to take control of that screen, or you want to see what they are doing, AnyDesk, TeamViewer, WebEx, all of these are good. But let me show you quickly AnyDesk. What AnyDesk does is very simply, you download this app, you go to anydesk.com, download it, and let's say this is your computer number, 168407691. This is my computer number. So if I want anyone else to access my screen, I give them the number and then connect. Or if I want to go and select someone else's screen, I take the number from them, put it over here, and connect with them. If I've already done a session with someone, I know them and I can connect with them. And as soon as they confirm it or approve it, I can share the screen. It is that simple. So it's just a click of a second. You get access to that person, computer, who can be anywhere, and then you can work together with them. You can talk on Skype, you can talk on WhatsApp call, voice call, whatever, and you can work with them. TeamViewer, again, I think most of you know about TeamViewer. So these are remote access and communication tools. Moving further, this is where we need to go paperless. So we can start with Google Drive, Dropbox, WeTransfer, on OneDrive. Like these are again very, very very popular tools, I would say. But there are thousands of other tools. Where we use SmartVault also. Let me show you how Google Drive works. Those who doesn't know, it's very simple. Like simply you can go into. Let me take the screen down. So this is what I have done for like if you go into your Gmail account. I think many of you must be having a Gmail account. You will see over here. You always see there's many dots. So once you click on this dot, and you can go into documents are there. There are drives, Google Drives. So in this case, I have it over here. Here it is. So you click on this Google Drive, and it will take you to your Google Drive where you can have your PPTs, you can have all your folders, all your clients, your to-do list, everything, all your Excel files. So this is how you can start. This can be your first start, where you can, like ebook on tools to become digital accountants. So you have all your important files and folders, on Google Drive, which can be worked out with a discipline wherein you organize this file the way you want. With the proper architecture, which means they should have a client name, they should have a client folder to be on the top. Below that, you can have service folders, you can have year folder. So it depends on how you want to define it. The most important thing which I wanted to tell you is that you can create this drive right into your local folder. So if I show it to you, I have this Dropbox and OneDrive right in my local folder. So let's say this is my existing folder. I can straight away go into OneDrive, and this is an internet folder. So whatever I do over here, it gets syncs with my cloud. So you don't need to go to cloud, log in, then upload a file over there. That's a pain. So it gives you an experience where it creates a drive right into your drive, and then you can create folders. And what do you do in these folders? Whatever you do over here, you go inside this, you put a PPT inside this, it automatically goes into the cloud. So this is basically cloud drive, which is right now in your computer. And this is accessed anytime from anywhere. And you can give access levels to your team. You can give access level to your client, whoever you want. and you can give them permissions that, they can read it, they cannot download it. So you can, do whatever you want with your OneDrive, with your Dropbox, with your Google Drive. Like, these are most popular tools, but there are other tools which you can always have. Moving further, how do we manage projects? How do we get to know, the open works in our organization? How do we know which work is important to be done? Who is working on what? And, so there are hundreds of different questions which you have. How do you manage all your work in your organization? There are many good tools which are available, which are project management tools. I think there are Simplify Practice is there, CA Dashboard is there, Zoho Projects is there. We are going to talk more on Zoho Projects. ClickUp is coming up really well. CCH iFirm, many of you must be using this. CCH iFirm is also doing good. A very important question which many participants ask me, and in fact, I'll be expecting this question is, Sanjeev, you are talking about so many tools. Please tell us what's the best tool for us. My answer to this is, every tool is good. The first thing is the mindset. I can tell you a case study, wherein, there was a good company, good IT company who approached me and said, can you help me in this product? I have so many accountants who had been using this product, and after a year, they are not able to renew it. And they come back to me and say, hey, we are not able to use your product because, our team is not finding it user-friendly. They are not able to use it. I said that the problem is not with the software. It's about that habit of putting the data in the software. Like, if you are trying to manage a Google Calendar, if you go and don't go and create those meetings habitually, if you don't go and create reminders, no software, even if it's the best software, will not be working. So it's important that when you are using a project management tool, you have to have a very strong discipline inculcated into the entire team members, that whatever work they are doing, they have to deal with, they have to create a ticket for that. And let me share with you the tool which I use for my organization. And this is a customized tool. But if you see over here, this is just to give you a brief of how a project can be managed. I can, sitting over here from anywhere, I know that there are 549 tickets in my organization which are open as on today, and which will take approximately 255 hours to complete. And today, my team is working on 211 tickets. This is a live version which I'm sharing with you. I can do it by work type also. If I click on the work type, these are all my live clients, and I can see that we need to do bank reconciliations, 148 tickets on bank reconciliation. We need to do reviews of books. So if I click on that, and if I detail it, I can make it a priority. I can interchange the ticket between the team members. I know that these guys have taken so many tickets, so as a priority for today, if I say, all right, you know what, I want this work to be done today itself, so I can make it red, and this will become priority. So Firoz will get to know that he needs to get this work done. I can see that everyone is getting enough work to complete by end of the day. When these team member logs in, they know their tickets. They know that, if I share with you, like example, like if I give an example of Tita's, she has 30 tickets, but she knows that she has to complete all these 21 tickets before she sign off for the day, and that will take her 7.5 hours to complete that work. So that work is defined in the system beforehand. I know the closed work. I know all my regular works. I can get all the report by client, by team member. I can know the timesheet of each and every person, who has worked yesterday, who is more productive, who is not. So this is what is required for us to build it. And as I talked about the dashboard, it's very, let me log in again. So if I talk about a dashboard, I can at a click of a second get to know that, just 1 second, that, we are working on 203 clients are still pending for April. We have 18 clients which are pending for March, which has not been done. I can click into that, get into those details, and how many documents are pending as on date, how many payrolls are pending. So this is a idea which we can get through many softwares. If I go back to the PowerPoint, Zoho Projects is there, Trello is there, ClickUp is there, CCH iFirm is there, many other, CA Dashboard is there. I think Simplify Tax Practice is there. You can always go into the Google and type in practice management software. and start taking demo of that, because every organization has their own taste, has their own requirements, has their own preference. So you have to spend some time, going through their features, testing them out. A question may come, all right, I choose a software, I work on it for a month or two, and then I don't like that software, or that software is not meeting 100% my requirement. Well, if you find some other software which is better than this, you can shift the entire data on the cloud. So your work will not be duplicated. You don't need to rework the whole thing. The entire data which was then the first software can be migrated back to the new software. So it will save your time. Time management. I always say, if you're not able to measure your time you have spent on a work, you will not be able to manage it. So time management for we as an organization, we as a professional organization, it's very important that we need to track time of each and every person working in the organization, which I say as a time sheet. So T-Sheets is good. Todoist is an app which you can download in the mobile. Clockify is, let me show you what Clockify does. It allows you to create, and I have one of my team members, demo with me. And if you see over here, he removed this for you. This is live again. Yesterday he worked for 10.5 hours, and he has given details of all the work which he has done. This has been tracked with the overseas department, with the business development, with Indian work. So he has tagged that. You can tag client to it, you can tag project to it, and then you can see reports based on project, how much time the entire organization has spent on a particular client or on a particular project. And then you can manage that, and why we are taking so much time on this particular project and what goes behind it. And then you will understand that either the work is of a great volume, and then you can go back to the client and say, hey, I'm charging a lot less than what I should. And you can see all our time sheet and all the time we have spent on this particular work. Or you can also come with a conclusion. You say that, we need more training on this particular work. So you can plan training for your team. So this is the best way, you can see it by clients, by tags, by workspace, and there are hundreds of reports inside this, and this is free. So you can use Clockify. Evernote, I think it's very popular software. Many professionals I've seen have started using Evernote, but you can choose any of these and start practicing it. It's about changing yourself, learning new things, and then sticking to it. And tomorrow, after 6 months, you find something better, shift to that, because these guys are mostly free or charging a very low subscription. So it will not pinch you a lot if you are shifting from one software to another software. Now, after talking about this individual software, let's talk about the suite software, these big guys. And I'll talk about Google, I'll talk about Microsoft, I'll talk about Zoho. Now, Google, as I told you, again, if you see over here, like Google has got so many options right over here. Like if you click on this, everything you can talk about. Like you talk about Google Cloud, you talk about educations, search and explore. They have options for search and explore. They have options for watch and play. Use anywhere. They have Chrome and all. Talk and text, Gmail, messages, Google Do. Stay organized. They have Google Photos, contacts, calendar. I love calendar, by the way. That helps me schedule my entire meetings, my webinar meetings, everything I can do on cloud. So if you are using only Gmail, see how many tools Google already have. Now let's go further. Work smarter. They have document sheets and slides. Now this Google Sheet and Google Docs, these are the best invention which I can say from Google. Google Sheet is basically like an Excel sheet where, let me see if I can show you the demo on that. Like if you see over here, in my drive, I have this database. Now, if this is a Google Sheet of a database, I can have one of my team members work together with me. It's an Excel, and I can tell them that, hey, why don't, and I share with my team members that say I want 2 or 3 people to work on a GST return together, or a GST reconciliation together. We all can work together on single sheet. I can see what that person is typing, and I can work on that. So we work together on a single Excel sheet. That's the power of Google Sheet, which I was talking. Same with the documents. If you are drafting a legal notice, if you are drafting a letter to a client, we can have our team work with us without sitting in front of us. So what used to happen is that we used to, get the letter typed, we used to send for print, and then we used to do the edit and give it back to the team member, go and get this done. Now we can work together on a single document, real time. That is possible for both all Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So this is work smarter. Grow your business. You have analytics, you have Google Ads. So Google has got a complete suite of so many options. If you see Google Forms, they have where you can create surveys. Just after this presentation, Maitri can always create a Google form and send it to all the team members saying, give me your feedback. So what are the challenges you're facing? You can create Google Forms for your client and, understand the expectations and the services they are looking for. So you can use Google for all these different suites. Again, Microsoft Office, again, they have Teams, they have PowerPoint, they have Excel, they have Word, they have Office 365, which can sync with, your mobile, your computer, your different systems. They are on cloud. Reminders you can do Skype. So Office 365 of Microsoft is again good. Zoho Remotely, again, this is again, I've heard that Zoho is coming with a dedicated session on this. But let me quickly show you. So this is Microsoft Office. This is what we use. It gives you complete options. Power BI, like again, one of my presentations I'll share with you. Power BI is something which we need to learn in this free time which we have. Task management. So many tools are available with Office 365. See, you can see all these tools available. And these are very, very important. Now moving back to, let me see if I have Zoho Remotely open. If not, I'll open it for you. Yes. So Zoho Remotely is remotely.zoho.com. You can just type in Google Zoho Remotely. And the good news is that Zoho Remotely is free till 1st of July. They are completely free. And what they do is that they are giving you various tools to communicate remotely, to collaborate remotely. They have Work Drive. They have text software, just like we do it through Skype and all. They have online training and meeting softwares. They have Assist software, wherein, let's say you have a shutdown in your machine, you can have your technical person assist you remotely. They have again the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint as writer, sheet, and show. All of this, which will allow you to work from home and manage your team, collaborate with your team, communicate with your team, and be productive remotely, is all available 100% free of cost. You can straight away go and subscribe with them. So as I said, Click allows you to create reminders, connect with your team, do a separate group chat, and you can see the entire group messages of your company at one go. It allows screen sharing. So this is Click, this is Meeting. You can do meeting and webinar. A small differences. Meeting is within the team, and webinar is where you invite more people to work with you. So I think there's a small difference. But just like this Zoom, one can even do Zoho meeting the way they want. Project management, where you want to know each and every project status. Again, these used to cost more than 30, 40, 50,000 or 100,000 rupees a year, is now coming for free. Definitely for a certain time period. But then if you are really happy working on this, they doesn't cost much, and you can always switch. So Zoho Projects is there. Zoho Assist, we just discussed about it. Now this is where I want to spend a little time, is cloud accounting. Now, all our clients are on cloud. Like we use QuickBooks, like we are the only trainer in QuickBooks across the country, but all our US clients are on QuickBooks. Zoho Books is also a cloud-based software. There are many other cloud-based software. It's time to get our accounts and our client accounts on cloud. The benefit you will get is, your TDS return filing, your GST filing, your syncing with the bank, everything is automated. Today, though it's not a session over here, and I think I have maximum 5 more minutes to speak on. I think cloud allows you, like today, we don't manually enter a single transaction.
Sandeep, you can finish your whatever you have to present, would not be a problem.
Great. So cloud accounting, is such a powerful tool today. As I said, all our client accounts on cloud. I can do a separate session if required, maybe a couple of hours. We are coming up with a training on cloud accounting, but cloud allows you, like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you go to a store. Just give you an idea, just to make it a little more interactive because it's getting a little heavier. Is, let's say you go to a gas station and you want to buy ₹1,000 petrol, and imagine a situation that you purchase that gas or the petrol, and you get that slip, that invoice. All you need to do is just take a picture of that. You take a mobile and take a picture of that particular invoice. What these cloud-based software do is that it allows you to directly scan that particular invoice and actually code it into your accounting software. This is possible through a technology called OCR, which is optical character recognition, where just like, I don't know how many of you are using Camcord, but if you are using a Camcord app, you can, in your mobile, you can scan your visiting card and it automatically picks up your name, your phone number, your fax, your email address, your entire address, and stores in your phone book. And this is 99% to 100% correct. Similarly, this entire same technology of OCR is used by these books, this online cloud accounting. What it does is that all your AP management, your entire invoices is scanned, and they pick up your vendor, your invoice number, the amount, the description, and again, 99% to 100% of that are correct. And they go back to the bank. So going back to that same situation, you take a picture of that particular invoice, it scans, it takes it into the cloud box, and it actually codes it. And then automatically what it does, it processes it. And if it is given the approval for that particular gas station, that anything which is coming and getting processed, the transfer can be happen. So the payment will go to that gas station. So all this thing is possible. So imagine the manual process which was involved in, manually entering a single transaction, then going through the process of reconciliation, then, making the AP work, making your balance sheet work, cleaning the books. All of these things can be synced if you start working on cloud accounting. So I know these two good softwares, which are there. QuickBooks has got a major share across the world. If you talk about Indian market, I think Zoho understands the Indian accounting scenario a lot. So you can try many other software. All you need to do is you need to type in Google cloud accounting software, and you can find many of those, and you can start working on cloud. A question may come, hey, we are using a desktop software, and if I can access that through a server, is that cloud accounting? No. That's a desktop accounting. You are just accessing it. Cloud accounting is a real-time accounting where, let's say there are 10 people working on a single books, and all of them are entering, doing reconciliation. It's taking into account all the punches which are done by different users, and everyone is getting a real-time view of the profit and loss and balance sheet. So that's cloud accounting. Another aspect which is important is the password. Well, we are now using so many cloud softwares. We are using so many emails, so many tools, so many passwords. How do we remember all these passwords? Again, you can take a note of this, or if you don't want, I'll send you this entire presentation. LastPass, OnePass, Keeper are, again, popular examples. Let me show you LastPass. Yes. So see over here how it works. You can go into LastPass. Basically, it gives you a single key, and in that key you create a room, and then you can have as many URL. Like if you see over here, you can have your Amazon, you can have Dropbox, Evernote, Google, Facebook, hundreds of softwares or clients stored here. So now you don't need to remember individual password for all these applications. You just get into this, and from there, you straight away go into Facebook. From there, you straight away go into Netflix. From there, you go into GoToMeeting. So you can create, let's say you're working on 100 different applications, you can create all these applications right into LastPass, and then you just need to remember one single password, and that will give you, that will give you the gateway to open as many applications as you want. And let's say the pricing, because we all are very, sensitive towards pricing. It's for one user, it's $0, $3 with the backup. So it's like, spending not even 2 to 3 thousand rupees a year. That's the power we are talking about. And look at the features they have. So you can use as many, again, it's for you to go deeper into this and start taking the first step. LastPass, OnePass, and Keeper are good tools to manage your password with a single password, with a single key. Moving further, some few security measures. So these are important tools which I said, like Zoho Books, Microsoft, Google are like big giants. But then, as I said, there are small giants which I showed you, Evernote, Todoist. All these are individual tools which you can work on to make your life easier. But then these, what I'm talking right now for another 10 minutes is something which you need to work out inside the system. Because right now the security aspect is going to go very high, because the more people use internet, these guys who are cyber security theft, these hackers gets more active. So you need to be very sure that you are not getting trapped with phishing mails. You're not getting. Now a question may come up: hey, what's a phishing mail? I heard about this every time. I can give you one or two examples on that. Like you get an email from an income tax department or from a banker, and it will look like that you have received it from a bank or from an income tax officer or from a close friend, and they actually mask the email to look that your friend has sent you that email, which actually he has not. Looking for some money, looking for some excess, looking for some something, and you do it without even cross checking it. So there are many ways to do that, and again, that's a separate session. But just open your eyes over that. Do a very close watch on checking the URL of that, because if you go deeper into that, it's just the name which is masked, but the URL is different. And if you find something fishy about it, talk to that person, before taking any actions. I can just tell you a case study, just very recently, just a couple of days back, happened to one of my friend, where he got a very informal WhatsApp saying, hey, what are you doing? And the other person responded, yes, I'm doing good. How are you spending your time? And, I need 20,000 rupees, it's urgent. I need it online, and I will repay you by cash tomorrow. So, and in a very informal language. So that person start communicating with that person. All right. So then he said, all right, send me your account details. He said, no, can you do the Paytm, or can you do this? And then he got, there's something wrong in this. And he called that person. And he said, no, I didn't send anything to you. So these are something which needs to be very, very important. Antivirus, again, many of us, always believe in having a free antivirus software. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Nothing is free in this world. Everything has a cost. Try to get the best software for your computers, for your system, because today you need 2 or 3 important things to use cloud tools, have a good internet connection, and a strong antivirus software. I think Norton, Kaspersky, Quickhill, all of these are good softwares. You can choose any of these, whatever match your preferences. Backup your data, yes. So a question may come, hey, if I am having all my data on cloud, how will I do a backup? You can have a backup in your hard drive or into a separate cloud as a mirror. You can create mirroring, which means you can have 2 cloud softwares. One is storing your data and one is just mirroring the whole thing. So that way you will always have 100% control. That might be a very remote chance, a 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 100,000% chance wherein your data may get away. So make a habit of backing up your data. Install updates for the operating system. That's important, because that automatically cleans a lot of phishing softwares and kills those. Do not open unknown emails. Log out internet connection after use. If you keep your internet open, and if anybody knows your Wi-Fi, they can get into your system. So it's very important that when you're not working, when you're not active on the machine, log out your internet connection. And do not save password on your devices. Again, this is a tough ask from me, but then you can use password managers, just what I showed you, like LastPass, OnePass, and there are many other password managers which you can work on. So again, we are the most soft target, because all the hackers knows that we have all the clients' data, we have all the DSC and all the important documents and data. So we are the most targeted person for them. So please secure your entire thing and have passwords which are very, very strong. Don't just have your password as your first name or your first name with there are possible 36 or 40 combinations which 99% of the people use as a password with the first name and with your birth date or your last two dates. Or generally those are the password which generally people use so that they remember those. So make sure that you are not. Using a very simple password. Give access to people who you want, but use strong password. Regularly update your software. We generally, even in the mobile, we see that it's looking for updates. Spend 30 minutes, every day or every week, on updating your softwares. And yes, don't allow your kids touch your work system. That's very, very important. Don't allow any games, any social, anything which is not related to work in your work system. That is a discipline which needs to happen. uh, how can I utilize the time if I don't have much work? Yes, e-learning I think is like I think in these 15 days I have learned more than what I would have learned in last 6 months. So that I can tell you, there are hundreds of webinars, thousands of webinars going on. There are so many YouTube channels. There are so many talks going on with the best of the best experts across. So you can take advantage of that. And I think CTC is doing a great job in organizing these kind of seminars and webinars. So take advantage of these. Take group initiative and divide tasks. Again, digitize your firm, plan your folders, clean your folders. So these are the time where you can, do talk to your clients. Yeah, informal conversation. Right now, this is the best time to create a relationship. Just pick up one or two clients a day and just talk informal to them. Just talk about how they are doing and what they are doing. That will bring more engagement, more stickiness with them. So understand what they are planning and give them ideas what they can do now for future. So I think that they will always remember. Maybe they not pay for this, but they will always remember that you call them and you serve them in the time of crisis. So, yes, I will always say Excel. I'm a very strong, passionate person for advanced Excel, and I do a lot of training on that. So advanced Excel with macros, VBA, Power Query, Power Pivot, go up the chain to move the ladder to go to Power BI. Again, Power BI is very important. Learn KNIME and Python. I can tell you, if any professional, a finance professional who knows today Power Query, who knows KNIME and who knows Python, I think they have a great career. They have a very, very strong career. Every company is looking for a person who knows Power Query, KNIME and Python. And these courses are available on internet. And you can learn that in maximum 25, 30 to 50 hours if you spend time on that, and you get a certificate out of it and you can practice on it. And this is the future. Power Query with KNIME and Python is the future, because this is, if I give you a small description of this actually allows you to talk with different databases. This allows you to create reports at a click of a second. This allows you to integrate so many things. And today, people are not looking for a 100-page report. They are looking for a single dashboard, a single page which gives them an entire scenario of their client, of their company health. And that is what we need to learn. Artificial intelligence, I think that's a little more bigger ask. Cloud accounting, yes. We all need to learn cloud accounting and start with ourselves as the first person to do accounting of our books on cloud, and then take each and every client on cloud. Imagine a situation if all your client would have been in cloud today. Imagine a situation, let's say you got 200, 300 clients and everyone was on cloud. You would have been very busy today. Like you could have done all the work because you have all the data on cloud, the entire accounts on cloud. You can file you can get the returns ready. You can do all the reconciliations. You would have been so busy. So practice getting all your clients' books on cloud. Yeah, these are small general tools. Start your day early, plan your day, speak with your team regularly, follow up with your clients, take adequate breaks, use technology, read and upskill. Again, these are all repetitive. And this is the last thing which I would say is work from home is the future, guys. Trust me. I'm working with US people. I've learned one or two things very important is that we are really good in concept. We are really good in accounting. We are really good in taxation. But we somehow lack technology, and we need to embrace technology, embrace these tools, learn this new method of working. I know that's not easy. I know it's not easy to work across the system, going into different platforms and managing yourself. But once you get into this habit, I'm sure this is going to be much more easier. Like, I don't see this kind of focus. Just answer me one question. We have right now more than 184 or 185 participants right now. Did we ever listen to any seminar with this kind of focus? Never. So every challenge brings new opportunity, and every new learning is better than what we have done in the past. This is what we need to believe and take advantage of. With that, I thank you so much for such a patient hearing, and I thank CTC, Maitri, and Uday to give me an opportunity of sharing my experiences working remotely, working from home, and meeting these challenges. Thank you all so much.
A wonderful session, Sanjeev ji. There are some questions which I would like to read out,
Sure.
starting from what was asked first. So the first participant is asking whether we can list down few basic free and paid softwares which are just for small office, which are must for small offices. So it helps for budgeting for small office.
So I think the most free software I think is Google, Microsoft, and Zoho. So they are free, and they will take care of 90% of. In fact, all the software which I've shown over here are mostly free. I think that answers your question. If you have taken a note of the entire presentation, all the software which you have seen are mostly free.
Yes, mostly free, and there are some paid options also along with that. So yes, definitely.
I can tell you a very rough number. If you spend not even 10,000 rupees a year, you can get 100 of different things which will make you a digital firm. Not even 10,000 rupees per year.
Wonderful, wonderful. So the next related question is that what will be your specific or special guidance to CAs from Mufassil area? Nature of services rendered there and client needs are different. This is being asked by Mr. Paresh Bagrecha.
I think it's a transformation journey, I would say, and slowly and slowly we need to get them more organized. So this is the pain which we have to take, but it's a journey of transformation. And I can tell you, the journey of transformation is not easy. It's like, again, as I said, in the cost of repetition, it's a journey of caterpillar to butterfly. So if they are from Mufassil area, you need to start telling them that the challenges which they are facing. And I think this is the best example. The lockdown period will make them understand how they can get more and more organized. So take a baby step, take a small step, and start organizing them and start organizing your firm.
Wonderful. Now there's one question. So there are two practice employee count related question. So there's one gentleman asking that for a CA firm having about 30 employees, what is the best software for practice management? Clients are not tech savvy.
So clients will never be tech savvy. It will never be tech savvy. It's like we have to train them, and it's a continuous process. Again, this is the change in mindset which we need to understand. The training needs to go continuously. The hammering has to happen continuously for entire 1 or 2 years for the team and the client to understand and adapt to these. It's not that the softwares are difficult. It's not that the process is difficult. It's like changing the habit, which is more of a challenge. If you're talking about a 30 people firm, I think even if it is 10 or 50, every practice management software can cope to handle that. You can go with Zoho. You can go with simplified tax practice. The Institute of Chartered Accountants has come up with, which is free. You can start with that. See, it's important. You can even manage your work through Excel. It's the first thing is to get the data. The first thing is to get the team work. Filling up how much time they've spent on a client. Let's say you buy a good software, but you are not making the team habituated on giving their report on a daily basis. That all right, I worked on 10 clients and this is the time which I spent. If you don't have that data with you, if that is not disciplined, if that is not coming up as habit, you take any software, it will crash, it will fail. But if you get to that habit of your team, you can start with an Excel, bump to the next level, then to the next level, and slowly get into a better software where you are paying it. Start with a free version.
Absolutely. So now there's a second part of the question. Second part, as in another gentleman is asking, how to implement this tool in a company having 1,000 employees and educate them and streamline day-to-day activities. Many resist to accept. I mean, the part of your answer has already been given in changing the mindset. But does your answer change if a company has 1,000 employees?
Yes. So again, in that case, you have to create a work system, a workflow system. Now, when I talk about a workflow system, that workflow system will have a training process. So you take every step and you learn which are digital tools. So you have to create your own library, a resource library. If you have 1,000 employees, you have to create a resource library, and everyone has to pass through that channel. A channel of discipline, a channel of learning different things at different levels. They had been paid, or the performance is graded based on how far they have crossed that channel or that roadmap. So you have to define that roadmap and work according to that. What I mean to say is, let's say you want a person to know Excel when they start in the first 3 months of their journey. So create those benchmarks, create performance grade, and evaluate them online, where they can report online. So the best tool I think is you start working on a human resource management tools. I can give an example like Great HR is a good tool. There are many other tools which are helpful in managing human resources, so far as appraising them, training them, and performance appraisal.
Definitely. So now moving on to next question. There are a couple of questions about Tally. So can Tally be used on cloud? So do you have specific comments on that?
Tally can definitely. That Tally has come up with. I'm not a good, I don't have practical experience working on Tally much because I mostly work on cloud tools.
Not a problem. So for people who have asked about Tally, we are planning to come up with a separate session for Tally specifically. So we will resolve all those queries during that time. Meanwhile, there is something online which has come up, but there are some clarifications required. So we would, resist to comment right now and maybe come up with a separate session.
Online thing which Tally has announced, which I am not very 100% sure about, but yes,
right.
Come with some online solutions for them.
Right. Okay. So there's another question about. One second. Where is it? Yes, so between accounting softwares, between Zoho and QuickBooks, what would you recommend? So again, that is something which you will have to take a call, whoever is asking the question.
I've used both the softwares, and I can tell you my input. I've used QuickBooks for my entire US clients. So QuickBooks is the best software so far as working for global clients are concerned. For the Indian market, I think Zoho is a little more edge because they understand Indian compliance system better than QuickBooks. That's my personal perceptions. But again, you guys can work around with it. But if you only talk about QuickBooks, they have the major market share across the world. If you only limit yourself to India, then I think Zoho has a better edge than QuickBooks, as per my personal opinion.
Right. So now there's one security related question that internet is open all the time in mobile and passwords are saved in mobile also. So how can you get alert from hacking?
See, there's nothing. Security word is just a myth. There's no such thing called security anymore. It's more of a prevention. So if you are saving your password on mobile, it can get hacked, but the chances are very less. I think there is no proper tool. Even if you download a virus tool in the mobile also, still a person, if they want to hack, they will hack. It's more about the habit. It's more about not clicking anywhere, not opening unwanted emails, not opening any app. Don't go into different things. Just look before you click. I think that will help, because any hacker will ask you to take some action. So if you are alert onto that action, I think that will be helping you a lot in saving yourself as far as possible.
Now one question is where software providers, including cloud, are all private limited firms, private limited companies. How safe is our client data with them? Confidentiality.
I was waiting for this question actually. So again, when anyone asks me this question, I repeat a question back to that person and say, do you know your IP address? And almost everyone says, no, we don't know our IP address. I say, if you don't even know your IP address, you cannot save your data. So I think they are more professionals than us. They all the cloud-based desktop storage are 128-bit. It's more today. It's more about access. Security comes in the third position, not in the first position today. That doesn't mean that it's freely available. It's for anyone to access. It's more secured because imagine a situation. Even if you have your entire data in your office in your server, and if I just crack your Wi-Fi, I can get access to all your data. So it's as simple as that. So I would prefer today to give more importance to speed and to access than to security. That should take a third position.
Right, absolutely. So now there's one question. There are a couple of questions regarding cloud accounting. Is there a specific course or something where people can learn about cloud accounting?
So again, first select the software which you want, and then you have YouTube channels, and there are many online courses available. So first select whether you want to go for which cloud accounting software you want. These companies give you a series of webinars, series of training, a series of video channels and YouTube channels which you can go for. And CTC can always organize a dedicated session on cloud accounting if they want.
Definitely. So whoever has been asking for cloud accounting, we have something planned. So please be tuned to our Facebook and LinkedIn channels, and we will be announcing the courses or any training sessions soon.
Yeah, but through this media, I want to say that cloud accounting is definitely a great future for all the persons who have not yet shifted to cloud. Trust me, you will never regret if you go into cloud for your cloud accounting. Whatever software you use, this is the way forward.
Definitely, definitely. So this is the way forward. So now there's one interesting question. We have a server in office which has all client data and softwares for tax computation. How can we access the data and use softwares as well remotely without going to office?
So I think VPN is a solution. So if you have not yet shifted to cloud, VPN, you can create a VPN connection to access your data on the server, which again is just a temporary solution. The permanent solution is to slowly shift everything to cloud. I think this problem which you are facing is a big eye opener for all of us to understand the importance of cloud accounting, importance of getting everything on cloud. But temporarily, you can work out with your network guys and create a VPN connection with your server.
Definitely. Now there's one very technical question. See if you can take it. It is, if we use static IP and take remote access of server, then should we use a firewall?
Yes, we should. We should definitely use a firewall. See, firewall, if those who don't understand it, firewall is basically, giving you a passage for, it's like, allowing only the sites which you recommend or allow or approve to enter. It will not allow access to any other. Firewall is always helpful if you're having a static ID.
Okay. All right. Again, similar follow-up question on this. If we don't have a firewall, is it safe?
Yeah, it's safe. It's not that, but it's always good to have. It's not that. But I see one question which is coming up. How can we engage employees who are treating lockdown as holidays and not working?
Yes, that was my next question. Right.
So yes. So again, I am not a legal guy. If you are into an essential service, you can definitely impose your employment agreement with them. And actually, it's all about mindset. See, there is no way if they understand. You have to build that mindset in that team member, create that ownership, and it's a journey. It cannot happen at a click. You have to make them understand that they are a team working towards the growth of the organization, and they are part of the organization, and that maturity will come with time.
So now there are a couple of comments and then a couple of compliments on for you. The session was very well conducted. Thanks. Then there's one question saying, can the course of DISA of ICAI be modulated with future challenges and be updated? Can we get updated by this course, or how can we get technologically updated?
See, this is a good question. I am right now the co-opted member in actually the digital accounting and assurance of Chartered Accountants of India. And I can just tell you that, yes, we are actively working on completely transforming this entire course. And all these courses will get online at the click of a button. That much I can share with you.
Right. So now, how can we resolve DSC, digital signature issue?
I'm not the right person to answer this question. But yes,
Okay.
yeah, I think I will not be able to answer this question.
So for digital signatures, you have to carry the digital signature with you. There's no other option so far. So that is the overall solution we have found out in past few weeks, that there's no other option for at least as of now. Now, I think everything else is a repetitive question. There are a lot of compliments for you, Sanjeev ji. So with this,
Architecture, I think we follow a folder mechanism wherein we have a. I can show it to you. If the screen is still active, is my screen still active?
yes, your screen is active. I'll just repeat the question. Somebody is asking what should be an ideal file architecture format to start with.
All right. So if you see over here, let me show it to you. Sorry. If you see over here, all the folders are there. I just wanted. Anyway, I can just tell you like what we had done. Let's say we have 500 plus clients. We have divided the client into 3 different categories. Where client A to D, and then D to, so all the alphabets are divided. And then inside that client, we have all the client folder. Inside the client folder, we have all the years. Inside the year, we have all the services which we are doing. So we create a blank folder with a complete library. And as soon as we get a new client, we copy that blank folder into the main folder. And we follow that same ideology for all the clients, so that that discipline is very important once we are working on cloud, so that every person in the team knows the exact when they're looking for a particular document. So that should be the ideal architecture which you can work on.
Okay, now there's one more question: whether data saved in cloud can be hacked.
Yes. But don't get scared. You will be the last choice for them. First target will be banks and others. But yes, if you want to know a technical answers, there is no security for 100% security for anything. But the whole world is working like that. Like I have all my clients working for last 20 years, 100% on cloud, and I've not got a single case on that. So they have better things. So it's like preventing yourself more and more, having a strong password, so that they spend more time working with you. So you are not their favorite, picker. So if you open your doors and if you have everything open, very clear, then so having your data on cloud is not like giving access to everyone. You still have your password, you still have your access levels, you still have your 128-bit encryption. You can create a two-way authenticator factor, which means, as anybody who is logging from any other device, you will get an SMS of it. You will get an email for that. You approve that, only then they are allowed. So you can always create a two-way authentication factor, just like what ICICI Bank does. So you can create all those levels so that, the hacking chances get, 0.00001%.
Okay, now there's a question: can an employee delete data from cloud? And if then, how can we identify such employee?
Sorry, can I employ?
Can an employee delete data from cloud? And if yes, how can you identify the employee?
They can be very well identified. Like this is the best part. So you can create access levels where they cannot delete data. And even if you're given the access that they can delete data, and if they have deleted the data, you will get to know when that data was deleted, who has deleted the data, and you have a backup of that, the deleted files also. And you get to know the IP address. So this way, your data will always be secured.
Okay, so now last question, and then post that one of our attendees would like to speak. Uh, the last question is creating the folder that way would it have access right issues at the staff level, that is GST team, IT team for the same client?
So again, it's the plan. So you have to create access at the client level. So like the way we manage is we have divided teams by client, not by work. I think that see, if we are dividing team by work, then the ownership will never come. But if we divide team by client, and we create access level by client, I think anything happening to that client, that team is the first person to talk to. I think that is some way we can work out.
Right. So now, last question. Does ICA provide any cloud software at concessional rate?
I think simplified web software is one which they had just come up with in the capacity building committee meeting. There are many other. You can check their ICI announcements and all. But yes, now very actively, that's a very strong agenda which we all are working on, is to go to different companies. In fact, we don't even need to go. All this Microsoft, Google, Zoho, everyone is giving things free right now. So at least let's take advantage for at least 3 or 4 months. At that time, they'll definitely come with a better subsidized rate.
Wonderful question and answer session, Sanjeev. Now, one of our attendees, CA Pinky Kedia, she would like to answer certain questions regarding Tally. So
Sure.
I've just allowed her to talk. Pinky, please continue.
Yeah, actually, one of the attendee asked that whether we can work in cloud in Tally. So what is there that I come to know in 1 month back that Tally is giving the facility to work on cloud, but real challenge is that the data should be open in server. So it is not on cloud.
Right,
the data
right.
will be on server only. So if the data is open in server, then they can work on in cloud. They can use their Gmail account. Actually, I had the experience that
Okay.
On server, the admin only can give the right
Right,
who
right.
can access the data from their place. So what I did, I am also doing like that only. What I did, I surrender my email because my server is in office, but I have data in my hard disk. I had that hard disk at my home. So what I did, I surrendered my license in Tally and reactivate that license on my laptop.
Okay.
You got it?
Right, got it. So if you do that, then it's a...
Yes, and then I given right to my staff who have laptop and who have internet on their laptop.
Okay.
So they can access, if I had opened my data on my laptop, then they can do entry or they can work on in Tally in their place.
I think we will have to do a session on Tally separately, because a lot of people are interested in how to resolve this issue.
But data should be with you. And
right.
The main thing is that if your data is at server and that server is in office and you are not accessible to that data, you can't do any work. So first thing is that your data should be with you and you are accessible to that data. Then you can give right to your client or your staff to do work on Tally.
Okay. Got it. So whoever maybe had the query, I hope this helps you resolve. If not, maybe we can take this offline and I will guide them to you, Pinky, if you are willing to help somebody.
Sure.
Would be great.
Sure.
Yes. So Pinky as such is always available for help. She's been very active. So if there are any queries, I will definitely ask you to, I will pass those queries to you. All right.
And Maitri, I will share the PowerPoint to you. I'll share the PDF file to you. You can send it over.
Great. There's one last query, Sanjeev, for you. Is that tree folder which you had created? Can you show the screen this again, because somebody wants to have a look at it again?
Let me see. 1 second. Let me share my screen. I have this screen of my personal compliances. I am right now not having access to my company folder, but I can give you the entire, like in my PowerPoint, I'll paste a page with the entire actual architecture which we are using as a page in the PPT which we are sharing. But I can that it will be, from client A to, you can distribute the alphabets into different folders and create, let's say, 5 folders or 7 folders from character A to Z. And then followed by each and every folder will have all the client name inside that. Inside a client folder, you can have either a year or the services, whatever you think is important. And then inside each and every services, you have the year. And then into the year, you have all the folders or all the files. So that way, you have to create a blank folder with all these names. And once you get a new client, you simply copy that folder and put that into the main folder so that the tree remains consistent. And the tree is always creating more and more clients inside. And that automatically creates an online folder which will be synced with each other so that you don't waste time creating one folder in your local machine and then another folder in your online drive. So you should have a work which is happening parallelly or seamlessly on both online drives as well as your desktop drive. In fact, you should not have any data on your desktop drive or your hard drive. It should always be working on your cloud drive.
Wonderful suggestion, especially
Hello.
the ones with blank
Yeah,
folders.
yeah.
Okay, so with this, I think
Yeah.
I think somebody
एक
wants.
एक मिनट के लिए हाँ
Okay.
हाँ बोलिए ना
बोलिए सर,
हाँ
आपको
जी
कुछ query
मैंने
था क्या?
I am PS Ludra and I was a guest today's seminar for these portfolios. So any investment account time being with you. Okay. Hello.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I think we lost him. There's not able to hear him now. I think we will have to close the session now. Sanjeev, wonderful session. It was very well done. Plus, post that, I think we spent almost 40 minutes just solving queries. So that is also a wonderful takeaway for everybody. It just shows how successful the session was with so much of interaction happening. So once again, I, on behalf of the whole chamber and the attendees who are present here, thank you very much for taking valuable time and giving us this session. Thanks on behalf of everything and everybody. And with this, I will just close the session formally. Thank you
so much. It was wonderful interacting with all of you. Stay safe and let's get on cloud.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, one more announcement for everybody who's present. This session will be shared on Chamber's YouTube channel, and whoever is not connected with Chamber can email our office. The email ID is office@ctconline.org. So you just email. If you're not in touch or if you do not receive emails from the chamber, you just email them and they will send you the link to the chamber's YouTube channel and also the link to where the PPT will be stored. Okay, so this has been a common question for a lot of people. So for them, just this announcement. Okay, with this, I will now end the session. Thank you.